Hello friends, Triple G here of Genuine Gaming, sharing with you some combat tips for Red Hood on hard difficulty and specially made for solo playing. These tips are also helpful when playing with a partner. If you feel my tips are lacking or if you want to add something, feel free to add them at the comment section below. I am separating my combat tips for each character because contrary to some game reviewers who said that all characters play the same, well, I would say that is not true. Each character is unique in Gotham Knights. Try to ask people who play this game more than 50 hours and have played all 4 characters. They know the difference. Their time attacks are different, some are faster, some are slower. Their playstyle is different. So let's get into Red Hood. Overview. Red Hood is a brute. He is slow but you could feel the heaviness of his punches. His slow movement is elevated with his awesome range attacks. His strength is in his grab and range abilities. One thing to note, another key difference that Red Hood has compared to the other 3 heroes is that while their precise attacks are in their melee attack, Red Hood's precise attack is on his ranged combo attacks. Skills to prioritize. If you want to play Red Hood on hard difficulty, make sure that you invest in these following skills. Under the Brawler tree, Large Grab. Red Hood gains the ability to grab large enemies like Godmother and bulldozers. This is pretty much a very useful ability as it will make it easier to knock out large enemies through takedowns. Extended Grab Window. Red Hood is enabled to grab enemies with 50% health or less, making the grab ability easier to perform. Grip Expertise. This skill increases Red Hood's damage when performing a grab move by 10%. Iron Grip. This would enable Red Hood not get interrupted by most attacks when he's grabbing an enemy. This is another useful ability as you will be performing a lot of grab takedowns. Then under the Vengeance skill tree, Double Vortex. This enables Red Hood shoots double the number of rounds for a short period of time after using Two-Fisted Reload. Two-Fisted Reload is a momentum ability of Red Hood. This would double the damage of your range attack and elemental effects for a short period of time. Then coupled with it, Unrestricted Fire. After using Two-Fisted Reload, Red Hood can shoot unlimited rounds for a short period of time. Two-Fisted Reload becomes a deadly momentum ability. In fact, I frequently use this ability as it only needs 1 momentum point. The damage it deals is very great. Then under the Knighthood tree, Combat Mastery. This increases Red Hood's number of range attack combo by 1. Once you unlock the Knighthood tree, I would suggest to invest immediately on this skill. Ducras Training. Mystical Rounds require 50% less to time lock on targets. Mystical Rounds is Red Hood's ultimate momentum ability, which is pretty cool. In fact, I love his ultimate momentum ability compared to the other heroes. Shadow Vengeance. Mystical Rounds shoot 2 rounds instead of 1. This will make your Mystical Rounds do double damage, which is awesome. The following are the momentums that you are going to use often. Barrage. Red Hood shoots multiple rounds straight ahead, hitting all enemies in his path. Ammunition is also reloaded. I often use this ability as it would deal great damage to an enemy. Sometimes it could deal to multiple enemies. I use this ability especially against those enemies who dodge a lot your attacks like the Drone Masters. Two-Fisted Reload. Red Hood performs a quick reload while hitting and shooting at an enemy. I often use this skill to apply Double Vortex and Unrestricted Fire, another way of dealing huge damage to an enemy. Portable Turret. Red Hood deploys a mini turret that shoots at nearby enemies, dealing high damage. I use this ability mainly for crowd control. The turret can attract enemy attacks at the same time deal huge damage against them. Harnessed Rage. When activated, Red Hood's next attack increases by a portion of damage he receives. Also heals Red Hood at 1% per second. It is solely Red Hood's healing ability. It is not much, but if you need it, why not use it? Mystical Rounds. Red Hood locks onto enemies and shoots a mystical round that will hit all targets, causing massive damage. This is Red Hood's ultimate momentum ability. How I play Red Hood in hard difficulty. I open up with a stealth strike or a stealth takedown to get ahead of combat. As fast as I can, I would try to build up momentum abilities and start with Two-Fisted Reload for double damage and faster elemental build-up. If I am able to stack 2 momentum points, I would immediately drop a portable turret at the center of crowded enemies. And again, I try to build up momentum. If I encounter an enemy that keeps on dodging, I would use Barrage to hit that enemy. I also use Barrage to get a huge amount of health against an enemy. As usual, I would suggest to use concussive or cryogenic ranged weapon, as they are the best crowd controller in the game. And when their health gets to 50% or less, I would keep grabbing that enemy until they are knocked out. If I get hit a lot and having some problems, I would resort to my ultimate momentum ability, Mystical Rounds. If ever I would want to use Mystical Rounds, I would try to create some space as so not to get interrupted by any attacks and not waste the ability. If you wonder how to use Mystical Rounds, wait for Red Hood to lock on enemies before pressing the trigger. As for the gear, here are my suggestions. For the suit, get the Momentum Ability suit. What I like about this suit is that it would automatically fill up your momentum meter when your health bar is low. And when you have a full momentum meter, that would mean you can immediately use your momentum abilities, which is great. For the pistols, your melee attacks, I found these good force projection pistols that would increase your range attack damage for a short period of time after knocking out an enemy with a melee attack. Of course, if you find a better pistol, why not use it? Anyway, our main weapon is our rounds, which is our range attack. For our rounds, our range attacks, I would suggest to use the best round with concussive damage as it would greatly help when controlling a crowd of enemies. If you find some great gears for Red Hood, let us know in the comment. So those are my combat tips on hard difficulty, which is good for solo or with a companion. Hope this is helpful. Please don't forget to leave a like, and for more Gotham Knights videos, subscribe to the channel. And remember, life is good, life is great, and be genius in life.